murder case. On the said Raksha Bandhan, I had visited my parents. I had seen that, I had been there on the earlier day. And then she is also saying on 20, we celebrated Raksha Bandhan. After celebrating Raksha Bandhan, my brother had been on agriculture land for agricultural work. So she was there on the previous day. Her brother was present there. Dr. Narendra Dabholkar was murdered between 6 a.m. and around 7:15 a.m. But she is saying she was there on the previous day and her brother was there living with her parents at that time. And he was there in that house and she tied Rakhi to him. And she says the CBI, I never told the CBI never asked me because this date was never asked. Because the name of Sharat Kalaskar and Sachin Andure came only in 2018, ladies and gentlemen. But 5 years ago, on that day, Narendra Dabholkar was murdered. The sister is saying, I tied Rakhi to him in front of my parents. There were others and he was there looking after our agricultural land. And there is also cross-examination of the witness that has happened. And this is the document that's been submitted in court. So this is one aspect that stands out. So this is one on Sharat Kalaskar. Let's look at this. This is the second document that we have access. The second document is witness number 2. Witness number 2 here. And witness number 2 is Deepali Umesh Chalase. Deepali Umesh is who? She is the sister of Sachin Andure. Sachin Andure is my younger brother. What does she say? She says she remembers this date, this year of Raksha Bandhan, 20th of August 2013 very clearly because her brother wanted to marry a lady, a girl from a different caste and there was an argument. And she is detailing it out saying that I was shocked. Sachin is arrested, not known to her. On 1810, on news was being shown on TV and it said news was being told that the accused Sharat Kalaskar and Sachin Andure were arrested in the Dabholkar murder case. We were shocked after seeing the said news. Said news being shown in various news channels. Photos of Sharat Kalaskar and Sachin Andure were being shown. I was not knowing the accused Sharat Kalaskar. In January month, the charge sheet was filed against Sachin. In the said charge sheet, it was alleged that Shri Dabholkar was murdered in 2013. From the said charge sheet, a news revealed that Shri Dabholkar was murdered on 20th of August 2013. She's saying in this statement. Then she says, ladies and gentlemen, after a few days, I met Sachin in court. I told Sachin that on 20th of August 2013, it was Raksha Bandhan. And he was there along with me. Then she goes on to say further down, she says, we'll set fact that I said it to the advocate that it was Raksha Bandhan in 2013. There you go. She's saying it was Raksha Bandhan in 2013. I'm going to underline these dates at that time. Sachin phoned me. He told me he wants to talk about his marriage and he will also be visiting me on Raksha Bandhan. The next line, ladies and gentlemen, on the day of Raksha Bandhan, Sachin had been in our house at Akola late in the night. He was in our house at Akola late in the night. And he tied Raksha Bandhan, reached at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Between that time, he was actually home. Early morning on the 20th, he was there in Akola. You can also Google, ladies and gentlemen, the distance between Akola and Pune. They are both in Maharashtra, but they are far apart. A person cannot be at Akola at 6 a.m. and also then commit a murder at 7:15 a.m. in Pune. So these are two statements of the sisters who say that the CBI never asked us. We didn't tell the CBI too because they never asked us. And this whole matter of the date put by the CBI was 5 years later. Vishnu Jain with us. There's more. There is more of the eyewitness, Kiran Keshav Kamble, a Safai Karamchari, and also this document that's written to the private secretary. You can see it is addressed to the Private Secretary, Honorable Minister, Home Minister, Government of Maharashtra, and this is dated 21st of August 2013. And we'll come to that in just a bit. Vishnu Jainji is with us, Amit Thadani is with us, Vivek Srivastava is with us. Vishnu Jainji, how would you see this aspect and these documents that we have accessed? They throw to light certain very, very startling developments. Has the CBI forgotten or not cross-checked this? The two sisters said we tied Rakhi, but the two sisters in this statement also say they have no photographic evidence. So what does that imply? They have no photographic evidence that they did tie Rakhi that day.
See, Ananda, this is a case which is full with material contradictions. In criminal law, the basic principle is that a person is presumed to be innocent unless proved guilty. But in this case, as you mentioned, the complete story, and I would add to that story, there is something more interesting to the story which you have told. There is one witness named Sanjay Sadvilkar. He was a silversmith, and he accepts in his testimony that he had enmity with Hindu Janjagriti Samiti. And it is on testimony of this person that Dr. Tavde was arrested. That is point number one. Point number two, very interesting name you had taken of the another witness, which is Mr. Kiran Kamble.
Kiran Keshav Kamble.
He accepts in his testimony that he was suffering from memory loss. Very interestingly, in such a case, the most important thing is that you need to have a test identification parade. In this case, admittedly, no test identification parade was done. The other very interesting story is, Anand, you will be shocked to know, and this has never happened in Indian legal history. Our advocate Sanjeev Punalekar was arrested in this case in 2019 on a confessional statement of Mr. Sharad Kalaskar. And you know what the story is? The investigating agencies say they have a version that the accused told them that the pistol which was used in this crime is thrown in a creek which merges with the ocean. So the Bombay High Court monitored this investigation. You will be shocked to know that an agency from Dubai was hired to find out that pistol, and the version was that he has dismantled the pistol and he has thrown it in the creek. You will be shocked to know that after 6 years of this incident, the if you can call them the divers, they went into the creek, and after 5 or 6 years, they find an air gun from the creek. So this is the level of contradiction, this is the level of mockery which has been done in this criminal trial. And let me buttress my submissions. In this case, Anand, the most important thing is that there needs to be a sanction under the UAPA by the central government, because this matter has been investigated by the CBI. You will be shocked to know of section 45 of the UAPA Act, without a valid sanction, this entire trial proceeded in violation of the provisions of section 45 of the UAPA. So whatever you are highlighting today, there are contradictions, and my dear friend Mr. Amit Thadani has written a wonderful book, and I must say that this is a fit case where nationalists have been framed by rationalists without any case, on the basis of fake theory, on the basis of a narrative that you have no proof, no witness has named any of the accused. There is no eyewitness to this incident who has named us, the accused, and then you frame us, and then we have to suffer trial. So I think the truth and justice will come out on 10th of May. We are waiting for it. But the fact of the matter is that this case is a story in itself.
Vishnuji, let me just ask you, my legal understanding is a little limited, but this is the document of Kiran Keshav Kamble. I hope you have perused this too, and you are talking about the statement. What this says is, in pursuance of the order passed by Honorable Chief Judicial Magistrate 16/4/2019 on application of CBI, Additional Superintendent of Police CBI, the witnesses answer as per section 164S Code of Criminal Procedure. So it is recorded under 164 CRPC.
Yes,
interesting part, I don't know if it has any legal consequence. And at the back of it, it is also signed Kiran Kamble and also M.K. Patil. 2-3 things that stood out to me. In the second page of this conversation, it says page number 84 because it's also attached to a lot of the documents that have been provided of various witnesses' testimonies, ladies and gentlemen. He says, the day I had finished work and fell on the divider Omkareshwar bridge because I was high on sugar. There was a tree where Meera Chakate was working. At that time, my face was towards Shankara's temple. This is at 6:30 a.m. for cleaning. Meera Chakale was also working there. At that time, 2 boys came in a passion bike. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in this statement where they say, and please see this, ladies and gentlemen, if you can come zoom in on this. He is saying that he was high on sugar, right? What does he say? He was high on sugar. This is the statement that's recorded. The next page, point number 5, please note. He says, I went to drink tea because my sugar was low. Now, this is all within 45 minutes of what has happened there. Is it possible for somebody to faint because their blood sugar was high and within some time again go back and have tea because their sugar was low? I do not understand medicine. I do not understand. We'll try and connect with Vishnu Jain, but Amit Thadani, what would you say to that? The other part, what he is saying, is that I did not recognize, but the police cops asked me to sign on a photo and I did. I did not recognize Sachin Andure, but they asked me to sign this photo 5 years later. And I did. He says that. He says, I was shown photos of two persons and they asked me to see. I had told police I had seen the photo of one of the person killing Narendra Dabholkar. I identified the person in the photo before the police. I learned cops that he was Sharat Kalaskar. Then he says, I did not see in the second person photo killing Narendra Dabholkar. I learned from the cops that the person was Andure. At that time, the police had written a text behind both the said photos. I read it and put my signature on both the photos and date behind the photos. He is saying it here in point number 12 that I signed on a photo without recognizing the person, but the cops had written a note there and that is why I signed on it. This is point number 12. So two things. Within 45 minutes, he fainted because he's high on sugar and then he had tea because he was low on sugar. Amit Thadani.
Yes, good evening, Anand. This is one very peculiar case where the same witnesses, Kiran Kamble has, of course, in this case, allegedly identified Kalaskar and not even identified Andure as, not even a definitive statement that these were the killers or that these could be the murderers. But that's not the only thing, Who was named in the first charge sheet? If you realize the persons named in the first charge sheet were two completely different people, right?
Yes.
And before that, the people who were arrested with the weapons, for where there is a forensic match on record with the Kalina FSL lab, the forensic lab report is there as having recovered the weapons. They were arrested on the same day as Dabholkar's murder, right? Khandelwal and Nagori were the two people who were history sheeters who were arrested on the day of Dabholkar's murder, and the weapons recovered from them were forensically matched. Now, if the weapons are already in CBI custody, which weapons did Kalaskar dispose of and from where did he procure them? And how did he get the weapons out of CBI custody, take them, murder allegedly the other people and then throw the weapons back into CBI?
Govind Pansare and Gauri Lankesh.
Yes, so allegedly the story is that the weapons, were used in those murders. How did the weapon come out of CBI custody? Because you already have a forensic report matching it, right? Now, that's not all. The second set of people, Sarang Akulkar, Vinay Pawar, were also identified as likely the killers with the same witness. So, how did they identify a separate set of people during this time? It's a question worth asking, isn't it? If these people have identified another person based on the photographs, and now 2 years later they are identifying two different people on the basis of photographs, while the witnesses are available for a parade identification. What was the purpose of this? Why would anybody do this? So there are lots of questions like this which need to be asked of the investigating agencies in these cases. These matters are extremely dubious,
No, the other aspect, Vishnu Jain, can somebody be low on sugar and within be high on sugar, faint, and then be low on sugar within 45 minutes, and because that's why they went to have tea? It's a signed CRPC statement. The other part is that they did not recognize the second accused, but there was a note written by the cops and they signed on it. That's also part of the CRPC statement.
Yes, you are absolutely right, and that's why I said in my opening statement that this is a case which is full with material contradictions. And if you will see the testimony of another witness, Mr. Vinay Kelkar, he has given 3 versions of this entire incident. The first version is when he says, kindly note, he says that on seeing the aged person walking, within 1 to 1.5 minutes, I heard noise of bullet shots. I looked at the place from where I heard the noise, and he is supposed to be the eyewitness. I saw the aged person was lying on the ground. 2 boys following him were running on the reverse direction and they came towards my house. Thus, he has seen no one shooting the deceased. He admits in his first version that he has seen no one shooting the deceased. The second version is, kindly appreciate, those two persons who had fired bullets are before the court. The third version is, I had seen the boy wearing the white cap had fired bullets. So for the same incident, this witness, Vinay Kelkar, gives three different versions. So that's what I'm saying, that this is a testimony, this is a case which is full with contradictions. There is no eyewitness to this entire incident. No test identification parade has been done as per law, as per mandate of law. And apart from that, the advocate Mr. Sanjeev Punalekar, who was defending the accused, was also arrested. Can you imagine? I would have never heard an advocate who defends a case gets a basic protection under the CRPC, under the Advocates Act. But in violation of the basic protection, an advocate who was conducting this case was arrested by the investigating agencies. He was behind bar for 45 days on a fake story, on a fake version that he has asked to destroy the weapon of crime. And that weapon of crime was never recovered. This is shocking. Scotland Yard was consulted. The Scotland Yard never gave any opinion. There is no ballistic expert report. The cartridges which were found on the ground doesn't match with the bullet which has been recovered by the police. So it's a completely fake narrative which has been built against the nationalist, against Hindu Janjagriti Samiti. And I must tell you that all the five accused have suffered immensely because of the trauma of this trial. And I must say that if we get acquitted by the Honorable Court, it's a case for heavy compensation. It's a case for heavy compensation because you have destroyed life of 10 years of these innocent people.
There is also the entry wounds, the direction in which the assailants came from, and where the entry and exit wounds are on Dr. Narendra Dabholkar as per the witnesses. Now, Vivek Srivastava, what would you like to say?
The entire debate मुझे तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि जबरदस्ती आप लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि somehow Sanatan Sansthan should be given a clean sheet. The tone of the debate, the tenor of the debate, the way my friend is speaking. My first question to my learned friend Vishnu Jain, he's my good friend. I have a lot of respect from him. Are you trying to say a rationalist cannot be a nationalist? He cannot be a Deshbhakt. He cannot do his duty. If I question the various religious beliefs and I question them,
he heard you. Vishnu, let Vivek speak and then you can counter. Yeah, yes, please. Let him speak. He heard you out, so let him speak and then you can counter.
Now the fact is, if I question the hallelujah of the Christians, or I question the various, I do not believe in astrology. Maybe you do, and I am a rational thinker, and I am trying to think my own way. I raise my points. I raise my questions. I mean, you need to have the tolerance to listen to us. We all know what is Ram Sena. Ram Sena in Bangalore went inside a pub, dragged the girls out, beat them in full public view. There was an uproar और बोला गया साहब महिलाएं बियर नहीं पिएंगी लड़कों के साथ बैठ करके. Don't we know this? There are fanatic organizations. There are fanatic thought processes. Nationalism is also one of them.
There may be. Yeah. Okay. Vivek ji, I just want to qualify. I will allow you to speak, sir. I just want to say one thing. When you just allow me 10 seconds. I'm just saying, there may be radical outfits. There may be those which are very highly orthodox.
Yes.
But just because they have a particular view, is it
Are you giving a clean sheet to these killers? Is CNN News 18 giving a clean sheet to these killers?
I am asking you, is it
are you giving a clean sheet?
Please hear me out. I am saying, is it okay to blame somebody just because you don't like their point of view? Just accuse them of murder.
No. Is it justified of CNN News 18 and Anand to actually maybe they are accused? Why are you so biased in trying to protect them?
Are you okay? Is it okay for you to go ahead and say just because I don't agree with somebody's point of view, I believe they are capable of murder?
Not a single point in the last 20 minutes have been made against the accused. Why?
My question to you, I am questioning the CBI, sir. I am questioning. Do you not want the CBI? Do you not want the CBI to do its? Do you not expect the CBI? Do you not expect the CBI to do its job properly? Are you trying to say that the CBI?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. If the sister of the accused is saying that it was Raksha Bandhan and they were at my house that day, you tell me, can a person be in Akola and is it not the burden of proof lies on the prosecution? I also as a citizen of this country want to know who murdered Narendra Dabholkar. But does that mean that you pick up anybody and then put them up and say, "Acha, isi ne maar diya"? I am asking you, Vivek Srivastava, tomorrow somebody else.
On behalf of
Yeah.
Mr.
Okay,
Pansare.
make your point.
Let me speak on behalf of Pansare. We are not going
Please,
to believe
please,
the
go ahead.
statement of any of the sisters. They are all fraud and fake, designed to save the brothers. One of the witnesses did identify Sharad as per as your own statement. I am not cooking it from my side. Number two, the lawyer about which Vishnu Jain mentioned, who was arrested for 45 days, please read why he was arrested. There was fabrication charges against him. He was trying to destroy the evidences. So, let's talk both ways. I also do not want an innocent person to be
please, let's talk.
To be criminalized.
Sir, I am not absolving anybody. My point is, if you believe
Sir,
that Sharad
Pansare,
such an
Dabholkar and
if
Gauri
the cops
Lankesh
believe,
were
one
killed in
minute,
cold blood because they were questioning the Andhvishwas and the superstition.
that's your claim.
Dabholkar,
That's your
Pansare,
claim, Vivek
Gauri
Srivastava.
Lankesh
The
and many
burden
others
on
have been
proof
killed.
lies
We have
on the
a right to
prosecution
question.
to prove this claim. Have they proved this claim? That's the question I'm asking.
I have a right to question astrology. I have a right to question Pran Pratishtha.
You have the right
If
to
I do not
question,
believe that in an idol,
but just
something
because
will
you
come in, I have
question
a
it,
right
can
to
you just
question.
believe that
It is
somebody
my
who believes in
constitutional
Jyotish
right,
is a
and you
murderer?
cannot kill me.
Do you have the right to call somebody a murderer just because you do not? Because that person believes in Jyotish and you don't. That person believes in
No
Murti
investigation
Puja and
is
you
going
don't.
on. I gave you an example of Ram Sena. It is happening
Has
all
the
over the country.
investigation been done
In the name of
properly?
the so-called
Has the
pseudo-culture.
Has the investigation been done properly? Yes, Vishnu Jain. That's the question
Now,
that
can
we
I
are
counter
asking,
Mr.
sir. Has the
Vivek? I
investigation
think he
been done
has
properly?
read a lot about
Yes,
this
Vishnu
case.
Jain.
Can I ask him a question with lot of sense of responsibility? I also have lot of respect
Yeah.
for Mr. Vivek Srivastava. Who is the star witness in Dabholkar murder case, Vivek ji? Please tell me, sir. You are sounding very passionate and I think you have followed this case very closely. Please tell me, sir.
It's not a question of
with lot
passionate.
sense of
Passionate.
humility-
I
just a
became
minute.
passionate.
With lot of sense of humbleness, I am asking a question. Who is your star witness in this case? Please tell me.
Yeah.
I'll not speak for another 30 seconds.
You have question. I'll tell you why you are asking me this question. I know why you are asking me this question, because you are saying that the person who witnessed the two people running did not see the firing being done, so on and so forth. Look, that is what every lawyer does. Mr. Ram Jethmalani, who was very much like you, Vishnu, I respect you, I respected him also. हर उल्टा केस लेकर के अपनी वकालत चमकाई और अच्छी बात भी है. और अच्छी बात भी है सर.
Yes. Okay. Final word, Vishnu Jain. Have to wind up. Final word, Vishnu Jain. The verdict the court is going to decide, but is there enough evidence to nail the accused? That's what.
It's a case of harassment, Anand. And let me tell you, Dabholkar murder case, pistol number A, which was used, is not recovered. Pansare murder case, pistol A and B, not recovered. Kalburgi murder case, August 2015, pistol number B, not recovered. Gauri Lankesh case, September 2017, pistol number B, not recovered. This is a case of no evidence. And Sanatan Sanstha and Hindu Janta
Who killed them then?
have been framed wrongly in this case. Because of the
there is a story. We've got to wind up on that note. Amit Thadani, thank you very much.
Guilty by using your legal prowess.
Sir, that's for the court to decide. You are nobody to decide somebody is guilty or not. We can only question is the evidence against them robust enough to nail the accused as being blamed, because burden of proof lies on the prosecution. Vivek Srivastava, Vishnu Jain and Amit Thadani, thank you very much. 10th of May, the Pune court is going to decide. Is there enough done by the CBI to nail the accused? Will we finally know who really murdered Dr. Narendra Dabholkar? Or is the investigation itself have some glaring loopholes that could perhaps put paid or leave this question again hanging there 11 years down the line about who killed Dr. Narendra Dabholkar? We'll wait for the courts to decide. Thank you very much. We're going to take a very, very short break. When we come back, here on the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio, we'll talk about Uncle Sam's racist slurs. He's now stepped down as the chairperson of the Overseas Congress. But the question is this Rahul's Mohabbat ki dukaan? Back on the right stand here on the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studio. We're coming to you live, ladies and gentlemen, and let's move on to this big story that has also become a reason for Sam Pitroda to step down as the chief of the Overseas Congress. Rahul Gandhi claims that the Congress only propounds love. It's a mohabbat ki dukaan. But Sam Pitroda perhaps believes otherwise. Sam Pitroda is stoking massive controversy with his race analogy. Now, it's not the first time that he has stirred controversy, and that too just around when elections, critical elections are around the corner. In an interview to The Statesman, Sam Pitroda mocked Bharat's diversity and said we could hold together a country as diverse as India, where people on the east look like Chinese, people on the west look like Arab, people in the north look like maybe white, and people in the south look like Africans. His remark triggering massive outrage. Prime Minister Modi questioning Rahul Gandhi and asking him how dare he insult Bharatiya culture. PM dared MK Stalin and Uddhav Thackeray to snap ties with the Congress over Sam Pitroda's race analogy. The Congress distancing itself immediately from the remark, calling it unfortunate. The party even claims that Sam Pitroda has resigned from his post. Jairam Ramesh himself taking to X and putting out the fact that he has resigned and his resignation has been accepted. But the BJP asking, why did the party sack him? But before we debate this further, let's listen into what Sam Pitroda and the Prime Minister said.
We could hold country together as diverse as India, where people on east look like Chinese, people on west look like Arab, people on north look like, maybe white, and people in south look like Africa. Doesn't matter. We are all brothers and sisters. We all respect different language. We all respect different religion, different look, different custom, different food.
संविधान सर पे लेकर के नाचने वाले लोग चमड़ी के रंग के आधार पर मेरे देशवासियों का अपमान कर रहे हैं कि चमड़ी का रंग देख करके उन्होंने मान लिया कि द्रौपदी मुर्मू भी अफ्रीकन है। अरे चमड़ी का रंग कोई भी हो, हम तो श्री कृष्ण की पूजा करने वाले लोग हैं, जिसकी चमड़ी का रंग यहां हम सब जैसा रंग था। ये सोच आज पहली बार मुझे तो पता चला कि ये दिमाग कहां काम कर रहा है इनका, ये देश को कहां ले जाएंगे।
But Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP with us, America and Narayanan leader, Congress party with us. Namaste and Jai Hind. Thank you very much, America and Narayanan. Why would Mr. Sam Pitroda, trying to highlight our diversity and our culture, make such comparisons?
Well, I think he has used, he should have been more sensitive and use the appropriate word to express the unity in diversity India faces, where the BJP is trying to divide the country in the name of religion, caste, and other things, languages and whatnot. So he should have used an appropriate word. But let there not be any doubt. The Prime Minister who talks about Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, that is everyone, including the Africans, including the whites, including the Arabs, are part of a large Vasudhaiva family, is it not? Now, I don't understand. I am a Tamil. I am from South. I am from Tamil Nadu. Karuppu thaan enakku pidicha color. Black is beautiful. There's nothing wrong about it. Why are you guys, I think you guys are racist in bringing up this subject and trying to take Sam Pitroda's word out of context and trying to make, because you really ought to be talking what Prime Minister talked today, where he talked about Adani and Ambani having tons of black money and sending it by tempo, where he talked about monetization. His own friends he's accusing now of having a tons of black money. Why did he not send ED to them? That's a subject you really ought to be carrying today. Instead, you're not talking about unemployment, you're not talking about economics, you're not talking about black money, you not talked about Prime Minister's own friends on which he accused them of having tons of black money, sending them in tempo and not using his ED and IT and everything else. So
Pragya, respond.
literally barking at the wrong tree and wrong thing, making him mole out of the mountain where Sam Pitroda should have. But I know him.
Well,
He is my
if
friend.
it
I
was
know
such a
him for
mole, sir,
long
then
time,
why
right
has he
from
stepped down as the
days,
overseas chief
and he
of the
means
Congress
well.
party? If it was such a mole, why has he stepped down as the overseas chief of the Congress party and why has his resignation been accepted? Pragya, respond.
You can't have it.
You want me to?
Good evening, Anand, and good evening to all our viewers. Sir, you can't have it both ways, Mr. Narayanan. You can't have it both ways. If he's wrong, you should be apologizing. If he's right, stick by him and don't ask him to resign. What is it that you're doing? But the fact here is that he's a habitual offender, Anand. He's a habitual offender and his ideology is that of the Congress party and it is backed by Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi and all the others, and that is a fact. It started way back in 1984 when he made the infamous comment, "Jo hua so hua," about the 84 massacre of Sikhs. He said that and nobody pulled him up. He questioned the effectiveness of the Indian Air Force during the Balakot airstrike. Nobody pulled him up for it. A few weeks ago, he was talking about wealth distribution so confidently, he doesn't even know what is fact and what is fiction. But he did speak about it and nobody pulled him up for it. And today, he is speaking in a way where he's comparing Indians and calling them racist slurs. Do you think it's a compliment, sir, for a northeastern Indian to be called a Chinese? Are you actually defending that? You are saying black is beautiful, but are you not aware that in the country where Mr. Pitroda resides, that is racism and it's a punishable offense? So he is not just completely disconnected from Indian culture. He doesn't even know the law of the land that he resides in. And that kind of a man is your leader. That kind of a man is a person you put on the international platform to represent the overseas Congress. That is shameful. And they love these comparisons, Anand. You know, they keep comparing the Congress people. They compare the DNA of the North Indians to the South Indians. Rahul Gandhi will compare the voters of Amethi to the voters of Wayanad, all in unfavorable ways. Tell me, why is nobody comparing Rahul Gandhi to other leaders? Why is nobody comparing Rahul Gandhi to even other leaders in the Congress? Why is it that Congress still does not understand they seem to be in a space where they are not just disconnected from reality, but they're completely comfortable insulting India and Indians? Time after time after time. We cannot be sitting down and taking it. I'm sorry, I have a lot of friends in the Northeast. And sir, you could be from Tamil Nadu, but I don't know any Tamilian in my country who's comfortable being called an African. And I don't know why you would say it on national television and pretend it doesn't matter.
Well, first thing is,
Please respond.
I have statement rights, and you need to understand, don't say wrong things without understanding. Using a word black is not wrong, is not racism in the United States. Also, black, you guys have a very wrong attitude about the color, and you show your superiority complex by comparing other colors which are not in a wrong way. Neither
No,
black,
I'm
not
going to call
yellow,
you right.
not British. No color is wrong. Please understand that. I did not
No,
interrupt
he
you,
didn't
ma'am.
say.
I did
No,
not
Mr.
interrupt
Narayanan.
you.
What,
Please listen.
no. Just allow me 10 seconds. What Pragya's intervention is that he did not use the word black. He used African. He used Chinese.
What's wrong
And
with
he
the
used
word,
Arabs.
African?
He did not say
Did
that we may be anthropologically different and we may have different anthropological backgrounds or roots. He did not use the correct terminology. What he used is the terminology that he used it showed reflected the mindset and where he came from and how he likened them. So that's what Pragya is saying. Please continue. Please continue.
African American is an appropriate word in the American anthropology and American politics and American social life. Please understand that. If you don't know,
what applies in
don't show off
America
your
does not
ignorance.
apply here, sir. What
Don't show
applies
off your
in
ignorance,
America does
please.
Sir,
African
you're trying to
is not a
use
bad
personal
word.
jibes against me. It's not
African
going
is
to
not a
work
bad word.
because sir, the more you harp America, the less you seem to be knowing about India. The word America in your name means humility in Tamil, does not mean America or somebody from America. Let the viewer not get confused because of your arguments. So I am just asking you, Mr. Narayanan. What I'm asking you, Mr. Narayanan, he no, sir, he didn't use the word black. He used the word Americans. Africans. He used the word Africans and he used the word Chinese. He didn't make the correct anthropological reference to them. He didn't say that we may be anthropologically, we may have different genes, but we are all united by our culture and our identity. He didn't say that. That's the point that's being made.
Yes,
complete.
You
Go
know
ahead.
English well. You know what he meant.
Go ahead.
You are taking this word out of context. And you ought to be really talking about the black money that Modi has talked about tonight on the prime time, where he said he knows. Evidently, Modi knows that Modi ji, my prime minister, knows how the money is transferred to him. Probably he has experience. You ought to be really talking about that, not this.
No, okay, wait.
Right.
It's just the two of you.
Telangana
Let him make his point. Then you respond.
Telangana
Then you respond,
has
Charupragya. Let him make his
thousands
point.
of
Let him make his.
Adani.
Let him make his point. Let him make his point, and then you respond.
He's topic.
Go ahead.
Are you willing to
Go ahead.
yield? Can she
I'm
respond to?
listening.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
listening, man.
Yes, Charupragya.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Charupragya, go on.
If he wants to talk about Adani, he forgets that it is Congress chief ministers who are signing MOUs worth thousands of crores with Adani's and showing that certificate.
Nothing
Sir,
wrong
what
about
are you
it.
saying? What are you
Nothing
saying?
wrong about
You
it.
have completely lost the plot here. My simple question to you is, if you're still defending what Mr. Pitroda said, why did you make him resign? Stick to one side of the story at least. And he never said black. Sir, and let me also tell you something in all seriousness. I have a lot of friends who belong to the northeastern states and who are studying in different parts of the country. These young students, these young professionals are actually harassed and bullied and called Chinese. They make police complaints on that word Chinese. You're defending it and you're pretending there's nothing wrong in it. I'm an Indian who lives in the north. Are you going to identify me as something else because your leader doesn't know enough?
Can I respond? Can I respond?
Yes, yes. Yes,
First
please.
thing, from whatever I know, Congress has accepted his resignation. I don't think they have asked him to resign. He has, I think I first said he should have used a better word to express the unity in diversity. And he is wrong in using inappropriate word. I said that, number one. I am not defending him. I am only accusing you of not understanding, and everybody who knows even a little knowledge of English will understand what he meant. You left the substantive thing he said. Instead, you are planning and playing with semantics and trying to make a mountain out of a mole. That's all I'm saying. You really ought to be talking about the Prime Minister's black money.
You are
talked
okay.
about Adani and Ambani. Now let me answer that.
Charupragya respond. He's 3-4 times he's tried to shift the goalpost. The fact is that the Congress party, here's what the Congress party has said. The Congress party has said that what Mr. Sam Pitroda has said is condemnable and they have washed their hands of it. But you believe that the BJP and the rest of the country and the media is making a mountain of a molehill. If it was such a molehill, why has his? But the question, sir, is some questions remain. That is he still director of Young Indian? Should he be expelled from the party for his repeated utterances and actually putting the Congress on the back foot time and again, at least thrice in this poll season itself? Third question, sir, is there going to be an apology from those who actually act on his advice? He has the ear of some of the top leaders of the Congress party, those who want to drive the party in a particular direction and hope to lead this country sometime in the future. He has the ear of those people.
There's nothing wrong about listening to everybody. You got to really wonder, I really wonder your intentions if you don't understand his intention of what he was trying to say. And do you really believe that his intention is wrong in saying unity in diversity? Anand, you know English. Okay. You don't sell your...
Sir, he has said democracy, freedom, liberty, fraternity is being challenged by Ram Temple and Ram Navami. So as Mr. Narayanan, do you agree with this?
I'm sorry, I lost you, Anand.
I said he has also said democracy, freedom, liberty, fraternity is being challenged by Ram Temple in Ayodhya and Ram Navami.
No, I again disagree with him on that. I'm not here to defend Sam Pitroda, but I am here to ask your viewers, should we be really talking about Sam Pitroda today or about the Prime Minister who talked about black money, who said he got rid of the black money through demonetization, and saying now tons of black money has been taken in tempo by his own friends, Adani and Ambani. When people do that, Prime Minister, when they don't even do that, Prime Minister sends ED, income tax, CBI. Why did he not send to them? That's the question we really ought to be discussing.
Please be careful about making utterances and insinuations and just saying things off the cuff, things that have not been said. You're opening yourself to libel, you're opening yourself to defamation, you're opening yourself to also perpetrating falsehood. With respect to the Prime Minister, Charu Pragya, has the Prime Minister said that the Adanis and Ambanis are carting money in black money? In black, tempo loads are going from Adani and Ambani somewhere. Has the Prime Minister said that?
Anand, I'm no longer surprised. See, when
I can play it for you.
Has no problem making statements after statements which are completely false, even though the Supreme Court continues to pull him up for it again and actually issues a special warning for him. The followers are going to do the same. जैसे लीडर करेगा वैसे बाकी सब लोग करेंगे. Sir, every single point you have raised in this debate is actually a big question mark, because I can bring it down one by one. You're talking about ED in a ED raid yesterday again from a Congress minister's PA's servant's house. So much money has fallen out. Words after words of money. So what are you saying? Why are you questioning the ED? ED is doing its job. You want to discuss Ambani and Adani? Should I start by telling you whether it is Telangana, Chhattisgarh, or it is the state of Rajasthan? When your party has been in power, you've signed MOU after MOU with them. The most recent one, Telangana Chief Minister went and signed abroad. Then you didn't say anything.
About signing a business deal with Adani and Ambani.
I do not
has the Prime Minister today said, according to Mr. America and Narayanan Charu Pragya, has the Prime Minister today said that Adani and Ambani are sending tempo fulls of money, and this is all black money and the Prime Minister is not catching them? The Prime Minister openly has he said that Adani and Ambani are sending black money?
And I'm going to record this entire debate and then we shall hold on to it and get some legal action done on it, because Congress leaders really need to stop doing this. One very important thing I want to raise here is Mr. Pitroda is not just a normal leader of the Congress. He is somebody who was considered important enough to be the advisor to the Prime Minister. He is somebody who was considered so important that he moved to India for Indira Gandhi. He stayed on with Rajiv Gandhi. During Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's time also, he was a very important person. Now, somebody so important with an ideology of being so divisive is obviously passing it on to others, and you are continuing with the tradition of defamation like Mr. Gandhi. So I don't know, sir, एक हिंदी में कहावत है, पैर कुल्हाड़ी मारना, आप कुल्हाड़ी पे जाके पैर मार रहे हैं and you still not realizing what you're saying.
You are flogging a dead horse, ma'am. Now
Satyanarayan Gangaram Pitroda. Satyanarayan Gangaram Pitroda hails from Kalinga. He hails from Kalinga Desham. So, how does he describe the people of Kalinga Desham? Kalinga Desham today is Odisha, sir.
You ought to really ask
how
him,
does he describe the people of Odisha?
All I can tell you is again and again, you ought to be talking about unemployment. You ought to be talking about economics. Unfortunately, you are talking
sir,
something.
Do you agree?
I agree with
are you telling me or are you telling Mr. Are you telling Mr.
He
Satyanarayan Gangaram Pitroda?
He has taken the
Who are you telling? Who are you saying this to? Did I say that Ram Temple and Ram Navami are hurting the hurting democracy, equality, liberty and fraternity? Did I say that? Or did Mr. Satyanarayan Gangaram Pitroda say?
I listened to him. I don't think he said it is hurting the democracy or fraternity. But I mean, he didn't say democracy for sure. He said that in the name of Ram, when the Ram was in the hand of Mahatma Gandhi, it united India. When Ram is in the hand of the BJP, it divides India. That's what he's trying to say.
Sir, Ram cannot be in anybody's hand. Sir, Ram can only be in our hearts. He's a subject matter of devotion. He's the Ishtadev. He's not in anybody's hand, not controllable by anybody. So again a misnomer. And imagine, sir, he's the chairman. He was the chairman of the Knowledge Commission, the rank of a minister in the UPA. He was the chairperson of the Knowledge Commission. That's the level to which his importance was within the Congress echelon, sir. That's the level to which his importance was in the Congress echelon. And 3-4 of his statements today, you have said that you disagree with.
Ram is a word that united India during Mahatma Gandhi's
name.
Right.
We've got to wind up. We're way over on the show. Have got to wind up, sir. Thank you very, very much, Charu Pragya and America and Narayan. With that, we call it a wrap. Thanks for watching.
7 बज गए।
How will these elections impact Bharat's rise in the world? Join me, Nalin Mehta, for the most dynamic and distinctive coverage, unrivaled political punditry, and the sharpest election analysis. Elections equals CNN News 18.
India bloc, halt the Modi juggernaut. Join me, Nistula Hebbar, for the most dynamic and distinct coverage, unrivaled political punditry, and the sharpest election analysis. Elections equals CNN News 18.
Co-powered by
Hello and welcome to this very special program that is coming to you live from the beautiful city of Nizams, the city of Hyderabad. I'm Zaka Jacob and this is the Battle for Bharat. And in Battle for Bharat, tonight we'll be talking about the Battle for Telangana. It's 17 seats. It's a tri-cornered contest between the ruling Congress party here in the state, the BJP, which is hoping to be the principal challenger, and of course the BRS, which ruled the state for the last 10 years and then lost power in last year's assembly elections. The big question is, what are the main issues in the battle for Telangana? There is a lot of sound in this election campaign, from Muslim quota to Mangal Sutra, and today you have a senior Congress leader using rather racist terms referring to Northeast Indians and Southern Indians and so on. But this is all the surround sound of the election. What really matters are the issues that are important to the people of this country and certainly to the people of this city, Hyderabad. We have a lovely mix of panelists joining us in this beautiful location. It's called the Chiran Fort, right in the heart of Begumpet here in Hyderabad. To my left, Rachna Reddy is spokesperson of the BJP. Welcome to the show. Dr. Lubna Sarwat is a Lok Sabha candidate from the Siddhartha Rajkiya Party. And to her left, Kingshuk Nag is a senior journalist and a veteran resident of the city of Hyderabad. To my right, Saida Falak is a leader of the AIMIM. Of course, their leader, Mr. Owaisi, has been representing the city for the last 4 terms now. To her right, we have Mr. Dinesh Chaudhary, who's spokesperson of the BRS party. And to his right, Mr. Shyam Mohan, spokesperson of the Congress party. So, let's start. And we also have a lovely audience of residents of Hyderabad who are here to be asking questions of their political party representatives and also to tell us what issues really matter to them. So welcome all of you to the Battle for Bharat. We'll start off with a round of applause for the panelists and for this lovely audience that has joined us in this beautiful setting here at the Chiran Fort. Rachna Reddy, let me start with you first. Last time around, the 17 seats split, 9 to the BRS, 4 to the BJP and 3 to the Congress. Why does your party believe that you are in a principal position to win maximum seats in Telangana? I spoke to the Chief Minister a couple of days ago. He says BJP will get less than what it got last time. How do you counter him?
Firstly, a lovely evening to all of you and to the audience. I would like to start out by stating that in 2019 itself, at that point of time, the BJP was in contention but not seriously so. And in spite of that, in spite of the BRS getting a landslide victory in the assembly elections that happened just a few months prior in 2019 as well, there were certain statements made by the then Chief Minister and, of course, the events and the policy issues that transpired later on, that in 2019, surprisingly and heartily, the Bharatiya Janata Party stood to gain to 4 seats. And in fact, we did not get a single one previously. Now, the situation is such that the 10 years that have passed, the policy initiatives, all the national ones, right from the abrogation of Article 370 to the women's reservation, to the abrogation of triple talaq, a lot of events, and most importantly, the burgeoning economy, and where we stand just in 10 years, the Hyderabadis and Telanganites right now have only one thought in mind, and that is the Bharatiya Janata Party. Okay. Surveys regularly and otherwise. And now, why we are in the pole position is because of also the lackadaisical performance of the Congress in the last 4 months as well.
I'll come to that in 1 second, but I'm taking off from what Rachna Reddy has said. What does your party, the MIM, which sends only one representative to Parliament, how do you fight in a national election? Why should the people vote for a regional party like you in a national election?
No, we are a national party. We are slowly expanding our wings. We have fielded our candidates in Bihar, UP, Maharashtra, and here in Telangana, we focus on the quality and not on the quantity. Here we have only one MP, but in whole Telangana, we get our work done. We address the issues of all the minorities of Telangana, and if there is any issue in any other district of Telangana, apart from Hyderabad, our representatives are there, our corporators are there in each district, and we, one MP here he is one MP, but he is the best parliamentarian. Among all the 543 MPs, he is the best parliamentarian.
No, that's an award that is given regularly to a lot of parliamentarians. That's not a measure of, that he is the best parliamentarian. I come back to, why should people vote for a regional party?
See, we have been winning from the Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency from past 40 years.
Yes.
And people have been voting, giving us vote continuously because we have done so much of work here. And because of our work, people vote and they see the work accordingly we work irrespective of the religion. We have been through the people, we have stood by the people through thick and thin, through ups and downs, and we have done so much of work. So that's why they vote, they trust us, they love us, the people of Hyderabad.
So in this election, the campaign pitch has really reached a shrill level on issues of taking away reservation from SC, STs, giving it to minorities. The Prime Minister says Congress Party apne Mangal Sutra cheen lenge. Shyam Mohan of the Congress Party, how will you respond to that? Your leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, has been going on and on, even though it's not in your manifesto, about wealth redistribution, even as recently as 2 days ago, about taking money away from the rich and giving it to the poor.
Frankly speaking, at the very outset, I must compliment CNN for conducting this program.
Thank you.
It's a true spirit of democracy that you're doing. So, coming to the point, I'll tell you, we are running the race only to win the race, Congress. Okay? So that's the first point. The second point, whatever you may say, Rahul ji has been straining every nerve to serve the nation, to spread the welfare amongst every citizen of the country. So whatever steps that we are taking consciously about the nation, about the people.
So the Prime Minister is right when he says, "Aapka Mangal Sutra cheen lenge, aapke do bais ho to ek ko cheen lenge."
In a secular country like India, such statements are appreciated. You think people are appreciating that? It's not. Is it not very derogatory
So
to the
can you
sentiments and
explain,
psyche of the people?
Can you explain to the viewers, the audience here and the viewers who are watching this, what is this wealth redistribution plan? Because a lot of people are afraid that property ko le lenge, sona ko le lenge.
You know very well, only a few hands have got lot of wealth with them. I can't comment whether it's ill-gotten wealth or well-gotten wealth or how they acquired that. Nobody can say that. But then there are agencies which will go into the details of the whole thing. And when such things are explored and then such wealth is received, it will be properly distributed. And I'm not saying that. And don't you think there are people who have got such wealth here in the state, outside the country? There are any number of people.
So the point is the difference between ill-gotten wealth and well-gotten wealth. But be that as it may, let me ask Dr. Lubna. I come back to the point that is being raised in this election on all of these national issues. People are now very smart. They are saying that this is a vote for the nation. This is for where the country is going in the next 10 years. This is for national security issues. This is for national issues. So where does a city like Hyderabad, and you're a candidate representing a very small party, where do you stand a chance? Because ultimately, people are making that very clear distinction. This is a national election.
Yeah, so if you're talking about the party is a nationally registered party, unrecognized party, that's all. So there's no technical difference about me being a small party and contesting from Hyderabad, that's ruled out. Now, coming to the, when an MP is a member in the House of People, we are representing a particular Lok Sabha constituency, wherein we try to address the local issues and also see how it is merges into the national scheme, the national scheme of things. So when we talk of, like in my manifesto, I have spoken right from the climate crisis, the environmental issues, till the drug issue and the education issue and the jobs issue that are harping mainly the Hyderabad constituency.
But Dr. Lubna, none of these issues are being featured on the campaign trail. Campaign trail is all about wealth redistribution and, snatching away quotas and all of that.
Mangal Sutras and all that.
Yes.
I understand. But if you want to, I can forward you my campaign videos. Maybe my campaign videos did not reach the mighty CNN. But if you
forget about us. Is it reaching the people?
Yeah, we are trying to reach it out to the people to as much extent I can on this through the social media and on the ground and other channels. Okay. So what I'm telling is, if the focus should not be just on the major parties. What are the barbs being exchanged?
Okay.
If you are seeing that only barbs are being exchanged, that one party talks about somebody's children, a section of the community's children, and another party, like MIM, is immediately responding only to that, then what's election about?
Okay.
This is where is my agenda coming, where I am speaking, just as I told you, right from the Nalas, the Yakutpura, what I have surveyed, it will break your heart. I recommend not Chiran Fort. Your place should be the Talab Katta of Yakutpura.
Okay. So let me ask King Shuknag, the way this election is being framed, whether it is actually here in Telangana, I was in Karnataka a few weeks ago, there also the election is being framed something like this. The BJP says it is about Modi ki guarantee. The India Alliance, and of course the Congress is ruling here, Congress is ruling in Karnataka as well, they say it's about the Congress's 5 guarantees. The Chief Minister here also promised 5 guarantees and came to power. Was he able to keep any of them?
Let me tell you one thing. This election is not about the things you mentioned. This thing is about BJP trying to expand into South India. BJP is a party which is a North Indian party and a West Indian party.
Okay. But they already have 4 MPs from Telangana. They have, I think, what, 7 MLAs or 8 MLAs? 8 MLAs, yeah.
So they are a national party, and Mr. Modi realizes surely that if he does not make a headway in South India, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, he will not be a national party in South. So therefore, he is trying to enter here.
No, but what do you mean enter here? I can understand in the case of, let's say, Kerala or Tamil Nadu, where it's yet to open its account in that sense. But in Telangana, they already have a presence.
Yeah, this is just a presence now. Nobody thinks BJP is a major party here. Now they are trying to build up the party, and therefore you have got Kavita and
yes, Rachna. No, but tell me, my point is, what is stopping them from building here?
Because you have to have a contact with the people. The people have to expect that this party represents my...
I will ask this to the BRS spokesperson also, but a couple of election experts from Telangana that I spoke to said this election, one of the critical factors to watch out for is the BRS vote. The BRS voter, because this time they feel some of the BRS voter might shift to the BJP.
Yes, that's
BRS
true.
has no skin in
You
this,
see,
in this
don't
game.
forget this is a new state. It was formed in 2014.
Yes.
And BRS won the elections. But after that, BRS has done nothing. So BRS is losing support.
Do you think the BRS vote will shift to the BJP?
It can partly shift to the Congress party, to the BJP.
Partly to the Congress, partly to the BJP. Mr. Chaudhary, will you respond to that? This seems to be a case not just for your party, but also some of the other regional parties. For example, in Tamil Nadu, there is a big thing that the AIDMK voter will shift to the BJP because AIDMK has no skin in this game. BRS has no skin in this game.
No, that is a misconception which we would like to clear. Because these elections are where Telangana people elect their representatives to represent their interests in the parliament.
Sure.
And definitely the people have seen that neither BJP nor Congress have that much interest to raise their voice on Telangana issues. Because we have seen, after Telangana was formed, many assurances and guarantees have been given to it in the AP Reorganization Act. But none of them have taken place. You see Kazipet coach factory, it hasn't materialized. You see Bayaram steel factory, it hasn't materialized. You see national status to any of the irrigation projects, it hasn't materialized.
No, but let me ask you.
Neither was Telangana given any of the rightfully, what do you call, its share in medical colleges or Navodaya schools.
But let me ask you, when the there are two very clear choices before the people of this country in this election. There is the BJP and Mr. Modi. They are very clear about what they stand for. There is the India Alliance. You can say, it's a hodgepodge. There are all kinds of parties. Congress is some kind of a fulcrum there. But they are a second clear choice. You are in neither side. So how do you figure? Where do you figure?
Yes, we figure where Telangana's interests align. We are the voice of Telangana because we are the reason Telangana state was formed.
Okay.
It was KCRG's 14 years of continued struggle due to which Telangana was formed and alienation of all the major players in India took place. And today, Telangana's interest needs to be protected because being the youngest state of India, it has to have its due share in everything.
No, but this was said in the assembly election 6 months ago also. Statehood has happened. It's been 10 years.
Yes.
It's now a new state. Statehood is no longer an issue. You are the party responsible for statehood, but now people want more. They want basic facilities,
they want more.
guarantees, whatever it is that they want.
People of Telangana are also asking, in the previous elections, they have given BJP 4 MPs.
Yeah.
What did they gain from electing 4 MPs from BJP. We haven't got any new projects, or we didn't get any additional funds other than which were owed to us.
What did your 4 MPs achieve for this state? Kinshuk Nag says you are still not considered a South Indian party.
The Bharatiya Janata Party has given Telangana more than what it has asked for. To start out with, let me talk about the projects quickly. The projects, they speak about not getting national status, quote unquote, to certain projects. Which one? Khaleshwaram, Khalamuru, Rangareddy. Please ask them if they ever went through the procedure of seeking national status with the central government. And Khaleshwaram is mired in corruption. And they never approached the central government for any procedural requirements as far as permissions are concerned, as far as financing is concerned, as far as center-state equation, as far as projects is concerned.
You say corruption. You know, I asked Revant Reddy, the Chief Minister of the state, a couple of days ago when I interviewed him, Kavita has been arrested in the liquor gate scandal. He said Kavita is just an excuse. The people who should be arrested are KCR and KTR. The reason they are not getting arrested is because there is a secret understanding between BJP and BRS. This is what he said.
Congress will always cry. I'll tell you why. They have been wanting Kavita to get arrested for the last 2 years.
Yes.
We have been stating, or rather the BJP stand was that it's a procedural issue. It is with the agencies. It is under investigation. It will be taken care of. You know what? Congress will cry if it is now. Congress will cry if it is 9 months after the fact also. Because Congress has lost its teeth in the game.
Let Mr. Sham respond, and then Mr. Chaudhary, I also want to ask you, because I don't see any sympathy wave for the arrest of your leader.
There's absolutely
in
no
this
sympathy
state.
wave.
Nobody is shedding a tear because your leader has been arrested.
Let me...
Yeah, okay. Mr. Chaudhary first, and then I'll...
Everybody with even a simple iota of political knowledge can clearly see that those are fabricated cases. No money trail has been established. No money has been recovered. And neither her interest in any of the above said industries or the parties have been clearly established by
but why are we not seeing that on the ground? There doesn't seem to be any such sentiment. Even your party workers are not agitating.
That will definitely, you will see that reflected in the voting and the votes which go against BJP in the Nizamabad Parliament segment.
Mr. Sham, yeah. So the point is that you on the one hand are saying KCR family is corrupt, they're all corrupt. Kavita has been arrested, but your Chief Minister says BJP and BRS are A team and B team. If they're A team and B team, why is the daughter of the former Chief Minister being arrested?
Well, I do not wish to talk about that particular aspect as the matter is pending in the court. Number one.
No, do you believe she's corrupt or not?
I will not comment on that.
You will not comment on that.
Number one. Number two. BRS and Congress is never together. BJP and
No,
BRS
that's what I'm
together.
saying.
Yes.
If it is your allegation that BJP and BRS are A team and B
there
team.
have been several instances where we can say the TRS and TRS leaders and also the BJP leaders are handing low.
No, but why is the BJP arresting the daughter of the former BRS Chief Minister?
Well, see, that's what exactly I say. I don't want to comment on that particular aspect because the agencies will take its care.
Okay.
That's one thing. Secondly, sir, time and again, some people are claiming Telangana is exclusive right of some people, some leaders, but Telangana is certainly not the signature event of any particular political party or political leader. It is a significant event of the people, by the people, and for the people. Everybody struggled for this. Not for the last 14 years, for the last 60 years.
I'll come to the people.
That has to be noted, please.
People of Telangana, the audience here, we have a lovely audience. They have some questions for you. I wish somebody can pass around a mic so that the audience can... Swastika, my colleague, is here, so she's going to pass around a mic, and you can please identify yourself and also identify who you want to ask the question to. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Good evening and welcome to CNN team here.
Thank you.
My name is Major Shiva Kiran. I served in the army for a while and I'm a Resident Welfare Association movement in Hyderabad and elsewhere. Just a couple of observations and then I'll ask a specific question.
Sure.
See, what we find is a trust deficit when you talk to the people. You talked of Party for Bharat when you began your
program, yes.
So when Telangana having 17 seats, the significance in terms of numbers with 545 is something which a lot of And then when you said the voter is so discerning that he knows which is an MLA election, which is an MP election.
Yes.
And then as a community, we've been involved in trying to increase the voting percentage. But as you saw the discussion also happening, and which you raised very much, that what is the political discourse about? You talked of wealth redistribution, things like that. So I think we're getting a little lost there in terms of what are the real issues. If you talk of Hyderabad, the issues I think which Lubna brought out a little bit more. Universally, environment, we're talking of ESG, environment, social governance. None of these people are even talking about it. Why are you not talking about it? If you talk of Hyderabad today, traffic is a big issue like any urban city.
I believe just yesterday,